Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to go ahead and do log 2 of the Sinlyn Trials, doing a recap of our second session. So right away, Devin gave us a lot of opportunity at the beginning to kind of roleplay. He had us all in our each different area, and then eventually we kind of came together. And what he explained at the beginning was that it was the opposite of session 1. How in session 1 we were in the place and just snuck around and explored the temple, whereas in this one we were talking and role playing with different characters around the city, and then we figured out how to get inside and go from there. So it was a really awesome opportunity just to have that, I guess, downtime. It's always good to have downtime to just kind of catch up on everything that's happened in roleplay. We got to see a few new characters. Kit the cat, who was a really interesting halfling thief, as well as Neres Boutois and Landis Boutois. So Landis is the council, one of the council members. So there's basically 5, and he's the 5th one. And the way the 5th one works, I think, is he's voted by the people, and so when there's like a vote on something, as far as I guess laws or whatever goes, he breaks the tie and he votes. His vote is swayed by what the people think should happen. So I feel as though as a player, my goals that I had set from, if you watch Log 1's video, I feel like my goals were set for that one because, well, I was able to roleplay as Sarun more, kind of got a little bit more out of him, and I was also able to interact with Quinn more. We had a point where Quinn and I went to interview Neres Boutois, which is he's not on the council, he's the brother of the council member, and our mission was to go into his estate and steal something out of his office. So Sarun was able to disguise himself, and I think the outcome, I think the audience really enjoyed that. I know Hark and Andrew did as well. So this session we got into some combat, and it was really tough. My adrenaline, and I'm sure everyone else's adrenaline, was really pumping because well, mainly because I'm the one who's kind of screwed up. I was trying to use thaumaturgies and to open a window and like make noise at the same time to kind of mask the sound, but I rolled a 1, and yeah, it kind of went down here from there. And Blaze, Andrew, props to you, man, because you were definitely rolling some high numbers in that fight. I think Andrew rolled like 3 or 4 natural 20s back to back and ended up getting killed a few hits in, but rolled a 20 on his death save and stood right back up with 1 HP. It was just awesome fight, and I'm glad we were able to come out on top and not die just 2 sessions in. And so after our big fight, we got to see a little bit of Blaze's story come out. Kit the cat, who we met, who also helped us in the fight, I'll get to that later. He had told us that Blaze needed to go back home, and so we go home and we see that his old tower that his father lives in is destroyed, and we see a man there who tells us that something's happened, and he gives Blaze a letter. My favorite moments are the moments like at what had happened in the end of session 2, where it just gets really deep and real. And Andrew, you did such a great job of role-playing Blaze, reading his letter. That was just an awesome experience, and I'm glad I was able to sit in and watch that go down. It was very cool. Back around Christmas time, whenever Hark had come down to visit me, and we had spent the weekend in New Orleans, he was like, you know, your character Sync, which is from Mass Effect, he's like, Sync is like the total opposite of you, because you know, Sync's kind of like a cold guy. He drinks and smokes a lot. You don't drink or anything or smoke, but. And I told Hark, I was like, you know, I'm just really into dark stories, like Ghost Rider or Max Payne, like those kind of stories. And I tend to like the darker moments in D&D and stuff like that, and just seeing like this dark moment of Blaze kind of figuring out that his father's been dead and now he's wanting to go on this path of vengeance, and I find that kind of stuff interesting. Now Sarun's definitely gonna try to push Blaze to go a little more, maybe not vengeance, but more like bring him to justice, you know, give him a fair trial, things like that. So yeah, I definitely see that happening in the next sessions to come. So back to Kit the cat. During our fight, we actually killed, I think we killed at least, the guy that we were fighting, And then another guy appears like seconds later, like 10 times more powerful than that guy. And we're like, oh crap, what do we do? And then Skullco and Kit the Cat come and help us fight. And that was just cool to have that opportunity. Because I know as a dungeon master, it can be kind of hard to make NPCs. Because you have to make sure that the player characters, they're the stars of the show. And you shouldn't make NPCs that and have them do things and make them look better than the player characters. And I find that Devin, he walked the line perfectly as far as making Skullco and these other characters seem awesome, but not making us feel like we're just inferior and can't do anything ourselves. I'm looking forward to seeing how our characters grow and react to the situation that we were presented with at the end of session 2 with Blaze's father being murdered or killed. Or I can't wait to see how the three of us together grow and work together to accomplish legendary goals and become legends of our own. I think my goal for next session is to roleplay with Blaze a little bit more. In session 2, I didn't roleplay with him too much, and the times that I did, I felt as though Saroon was coming off kind of hard or kind of too snappy for my own taste. I don't think Saroon was trying to bring Blaze down, but in a way, I kind of felt that way. So I want to do a better job of like just naturally role-playing with Blaze and just having a conversation with him instead of me just kind of bashing what he says, or if that makes sense. So Andrew, if that annoyed you, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get away from that, but I just felt as though the way the campaign is that Saroon has that the mentality of like, oh, this guy. But like I said in the other log video, I think he's definitely trying to push Blaze towards the light. And with this happening of Blaze's father being killed and Blaze wanting to go down the path of revenge, I feel like that's a perfect opportunity for Saroon and Blaze to interact and kind of talk about their feelings and how they see the end result of vengeance or justice. Well, I shouldn't say push. I don't think Saroon's trying to push Blaze, but I think he's trying to shed some light on his side of things, if that makes sense. Well, I think that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and again, Devin, Andrew, and Hark, thank you guys for having me in on this campaign. Session 2 was loads of fun. I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow night. And anyway, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Take care and have a good week.